What up YouTube, and welcome back to Jesus Draws. I'm Jesus, and in today's video I'm going to be showing you how I digital art. I've been drawing digitally since I believe it was elementary school, when in computer class, computer time, we would we would cover up the keyboard and we would draw. We would type things out. And I remember at the end of class, the teacher let us use play games and stuff on the computer, and I would use Microsoft Paint, and that was a lot of fun. Then I remember in middle school, we actually got a computer at home. It was like those big, bulky computers, but we got one of those, and I would still use Microsoft Paint here and there. I was still doing more traditional with pencil and pen and stuff, but I messed around with that. And in high school, that was when my art teacher introduced me to Photoshop. And then in high school also, we got a laptop at home, which was pretty cool. The whole time I was using either a mouse at school or at home with the laptop, I would be using this trackpad. But up about a year and a half ago, I got this Wacom tablet with a stylus. And you could buy these at Best Buy. I got it for like $100. You could probably get it for cheaper used on Amazon, which is probably a better route. But if you want to take your art to the next level, I definitely suggest starting off with one of these, because the ones that you want to go up from there is using one where you can actually see and draw on the screen, as opposed to using one of these where you have to look at the computer screen, which is up here, and then also focus on drawing. So it's not like the same thing as drawing like how you normally draw, but it's definitely a step closer to actual drawing than having to use a fucking mouse or this trackpad. So if you have enough money, definitely save up for one of these, because it's definitely a step forward. In this video, I just want to show you how I go about my illustrations. Also, I don't use Photoshop anymore. I actually use Clip Studio Paint, which you can purchase on their site for $50. It's always on sale too, so definitely check it out. Be on the lookout to catch that sale. And it's just more clean and more focused towards artists as opposed to Photoshop, which is more like just effects and stuff. Definitely check it out. It's cheaper too, so if you want to save some money, do that. Or you could just continue drawing on Paint. Nothing wrong with Paint. But for my video, I will be showing you Clip Studio Paint and go over how I go about this. So if at any point in time you like this video, don't forget to comment, don't forget to drop a like, and don't forget to subscribe. So let's get right to the drawing. Alright folks, and welcome to my desktop. This is my desktop right here. Let's open up Clip Studio Paint real quick. And this message always comes up that asks about something. I just always press no. Up until recently, just when I made this video, I actually pressed don't ask again. Oh, and also I recorded the audio after I recorded the footage of the drawing, because if I recorded in real time, the microphone sounded like shit. So this is what we got. So let's wait for this to open up. And the layout's kind of like Photoshop in a way. And I'm actually going to trace a pencil drawing that I did, which you can find on my Instagram feed. Go and search for that, a drawing of some mushrooms. Gonna drag that over here and create a new file, which is going to be our digitalized version. And we're gonna make it 2000 by 2000 pixels, perfect square. We're gonna go back to the pencil drawing, gonna copy that, and we're gonna paste it onto the new one. I'm gonna go to edit, free transform, that specific layer with the colored pencils. And we're gonna scale it to the size that we want it, being 2000 by 2000. Now we're just gonna get it to a good size, and we're gonna center it a bit. Alright. And then to the right, you can see the different layers of this drawing. We're going to create a new layer above the colored pencil and pencil drawing. And this is where we're going to draw our line work on Clip Studio Paint. Let's turn on the transparency of the pencil drawing so we can see our lines. Move back on up and then start drawing. And to the left side we have the under tool properties. You have the brush size tool where you can change the size to thin or thick lines depending on what you want. Then we also have the opacity tool, which you can move the slider to see how dark or light you want the color that you're on to be. And then we have the stabilization tool. Now the stabilization tool is pretty cool. The higher you have it, the more clean your lines come out and more control you have, as opposed to if you put it on 0, they come out a little more jaggedy. So definitely play around with that, mess around with that. Alright, and next we're gonna go to free transform on the layer where we just drew the lines. And I'm just gonna scale it down a bit just to draw some ground on the bottom, just to add a little more detail. Alright, and next we're gonna create a new layer, put that under our line work. And this is when we actually start coloring. You know, just pick whatever color you want and color away. Then we're going to create a new layer above the color layer, and this is going to be our shadows. I take the eyedropper tool and use it over the color that I'm going to create the shadow, and then turn down the color a little bit on the color wheel and use that to create my shadows. I also do that with the highlights, and I create a new layer above the shadow layer for the highlights. And do the same thing with the eyedropper tool, only I raise the color a little bit higher. And that creates the highlight effect. And we'll just do that for all the mushrooms.
Good evening, everyone. The highlights of the news this Thursday. Traffic accident. A Beaver County man is being held for murder. And more labor.
Lastly, we're going to create one last layer and put this below all the layers we just created. And this is going to be a blue color. Since we don't have blue in any of the rest of the picture, we're going to put blue background. Use the paint bucket tool. And then I'm going to use white to create like a splash effect in the background. Not white, but just a lighter version of blue, just to create a splash effect. I always do that with my art, so I do that. And once that's done, we save it to a PNG file. Save it as mushrooms PNG. And this is the drawing. So I hope you liked this video. I hope you learned something. I'll definitely be doing more digital videos. This was just a quick introduction of how I do these things, and you know, I'll learn along the way and teach you things. But if you like this video, let me know what you think. Any future video suggestions? What would you like to see me draw, either traditionally or digitally? Let me know. Drop that in the comment section below. And don't forget to subscribe and spread the word to the homies. And have a good ass day. And until next time, peace.
Nobody knows anything. Don't let them kid you. I mean, we're monkeys here. Let's not lose sight of that.